Never stretch. Never full stretch, folks. You're too old for that. Hello, folksicles. It is 9 o'clock UK time. Sunday night. It's time for the Sunday Nighter. And Mel almost did a full stretch. You know what I mean? Like the real full stretch. Yeah, and I'm too old for that palaver now. You know, if I go full 100% stretch, you know, proper stretch, I'm likely to do myself an injury. Jace is saying, but I'm here, Kat. Don't you mean the skinny Santa guy? Oh, it's like that, is it? Is it? Is that what we're doing? Is it going to be one of those shows, is it? I hope not. Now, apologies, I've been quiet this week, obviously, book work, but also I got taken down for a couple of days by the lurgy. Just burning the candle at both ends, run down a little, and, you know, one of the kids' bugs just took me off my feet. I am recovered, I am fed, I'm hydrated, and I'm back in the studio tomorrow and cracking on. We are closing up the book, and channel stuff will be rolling in this month. Yay! I see loads of people. Oops, just said the big guy. Not the best guy. I can take that. Hope all you rugby-loving terrainiacs are enjoying the World Cup from Jimmy. Didn't Japan beat Wales? Bookworms. Some of you may have seen a photo going round which I can or cannot confirm that is part of the book. But it looks rather good, doesn't it? Right, this is a question and answer show, and I want some questions tonight. Remember, yeah, once the hour is gone, if I run out of questions, I go to bed. Yeah, so you need to get your questions in for me. Another shout out is we are closing the Pledge Manager tomorrow. Yeah, if you haven't if you haven't given us your shipping details, make sure you jump onto Kickstarter, go have a look at the latest update. There'll be a link to BackerKit with all the instructions of what you need to do. It's pretty simple, it's only take you 5 minutes, okay? But unless you do this and you give us your shipping details, we can't guarantee that your book will be sent out with the first run when it's fulfilled, when it's printed. Hello, Trouble. Oh, Pagan Shedhead. Maltesers to ward off the lurgy. I can't have Maltesers. Why can't I have Maltesers?
Because you ate my Smartie bar.
I didn't. Why can't I have Maltesers?
Because Mum liked them.
Exactly. Come on, sit yourself down, girl. I miss you. I can't lift you up like that, can I? You know what I mean? Do the Lion King anymore.
Wait. Just put your arms in the air.
You won't actually put your arms up because you're ticklish, aren't you?
Yeah.
Come on, sit yourself down. You can have 5 minutes with me.
Hello.
Hello, folks, calls. Right, let's keep an eye on the on the chat. Yeah, just to correct Jay's post, he's saying it's the last chance to pre-order. It isn't the last chance to pre-order. You can still jump on BackerKit and pre-order. Yeah, and basically we'll be processing any late sort of pledges, any late pre-orders, and any late sort of submissions of delivery details on a weekly basis. So you've not missed out. All it means is getting it done before we say, right, this is the cut-off, guarantees that you will be one of the first people to get it if you've backed it or you've pre-ordered it. After that, yeah, what will basically happen is a bit like... What's the best way of describing this, Wills?
Tell me, like,
the bulk of them will come in, they'll hit our fulfillment in the UK, and then they'll get sent out. Yeah, then afterwards, yeah, our fulfillment centre might send odd little bits of remaining ones for us, or you might have to wait a little while stocks are shipped over to Dave or to me or something like that, and then we fulfill the last remaining ones. But basically, if you want the book, jump on Kickstarter, go have a look at the latest update and just follow the instructions. They're all there. If you've not pledged, right at the bottom is on the latest update, there's a note about pre-ordering. Go down to that link, pre-order it, you'll be fine.
Dad?
Does that make Mal a wizard's... What? What? What, Dad?
I was going to ask you if my cut's healed yet.
Yeah, your cut's healed.
Okay. I just don't want to go into school, see it's bleeding.
No, you won't have any problems, darling. Wales beat Australia, Mel. Ah, right. Okay. Hey, Jez.
Wales is on the run.
It's Willow. Hey, Wills. People are chatting to you. Tickle her vehicle, her knees. Tickle her behind her knees? Are you ticklish behind the knees?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Look.
Nah, nothing. Whereas the arms? Careful, don't hurt yourself, darling.
The hips are the worst.
The hips?
No, like here.
Oh, the ribs. Hips. These are your hips. These are your ribs. Your dad's a physio and you've not learned that yet, really?
Well, you don't teach me.
Right.
Oh, Japan, the island.
Yeah. Busy time of the year. I figure I can sleep November the 2nd. And go for it, Kat. It's just been continuous for me, guys. You know, I've been doing the book, haven't I?
Are you doing a Halloween board?
I want to, yeah. I've just got to finish off these last few bits.
How long will that take you?
Oh, wow. How long is a piece of string?
1 metre per inch.
Oh, shut up. You need leeches, all right. How does Wales beat anyone? They haven't got any feet to play football with.
You know what we mean.
Where's the best place to purchase casting powder you use? Christacalar, please. Christacalar is sold by British gypsums. Yeah, so Juicens will sell it. Any builder's yard will sell Christacalar. But I know they sell it in Juicens. I also found I met a guy last night.
Is that when you went into the shop again in your pyjamas?
Thanks, Phil. I didn't go to the shop in my pyjamas. I was feeling rough and I had my pyjama bottoms on and a big coat, and I got recognised off the channel in my local shop. Whilst I was in
You've done that twice.
I know. Thing is,
who was it this time?
I don't know, but I'll tell you this. Yeah, I'm getting sort of old enough now. Yeah, that I don't really care. Because I don't really embarrass myself, so all I really do is embarrass you, and I don't really care.
Don't embarrass us, because we can just say that you taught us it.
True.
Like, oh, my dad's the one that walks around in his pyjamas, not us. Like, definitely not right now.
Anyway, on this estate, I don't look out of place, do I?
I'm not going to make a comment
right.
to that.
Everyone's just... US has Hydrocal easily available. I'm not reading that one. Got a tournament in 2 weeks. Need to finish my 15mm Jungan terrain board, but here I am watching Mel instead. Why not both? Twitch. Hello, mermaid out of water. Right. Let's have a look what questions we've got in. Have we got any in? I've got one so far. Come on. What do you think of hot food? Got some what does that say? Jaharanek relish to give you in 2020. Do not give the boyfriend.
Oh, don't give Corbyn.
Oh, the boy. Okay.
Don't give Corbyn ideas.
Don't give the boy ideas. Okay, right, all right. Yeah. So that was from Red Green. So what do I think of hot food? I'm not a big fan of hot food, to be truthful.
Oh, I love it.
So not warm food, as in spicy food.
Yeah, I know, I love it.
No, you don't.
Yeah, remember when Jess took me to that vegan con? She took me outside and we got some spicy hot dogs.
Did you?
Yeah, we loved them.
Did you?
Yeah.
All right then.
Can you get me some hot sauce?
You want some hot sauce?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, shall we have?
Do you want to try some mustard?
I like mustard.
You never eat it when I offer it, yeah?
Remember when we went to Franklin and Benny's and then I put it all over my hot dog?
Shut up. Stop.
Remember that? Remember that?
Right, you. I've got a show to do. Come on, give me a kiss and go get yourself sorted because it's bedtime.
Oh, man. See, you even called yourself an old man and you didn't care.
Go on, bugger off.
See, the dog's older than you.
Oh, children, eh? There's no real optical distinction between pyjama pants and sweatpants. That was the theory I was working on. Plus, actually, if I'd gone out in normal trousers, it'd actually look like I'd stand out on this estate. Big up to the wife. Watching on Twitch. Jay says he likes spicy foods. I don't like sharing a room with you once you've had them, though, mate. Yeah. Got that. Sorted that PayPal. Right. Rather quiet. You've got no questions for me. We're only 10 minutes, 15 minutes in, yeah. Things have been going well with with the chat, with with the book and all that sort of stuff. It's the only thing I can talk about at the moment because it's the only thing I'm bloody working on. Yeah, writing words. I've got to the stage now where I can have a good night writing easily. I can do about 2,000 words in a night if I set my mind to it, which is crazy. Okay, Gary's got a question for me, so I might as well exercise the brain. Let's do that. Okay, how many buildings would be best for a bot action game on a 3x6 table? Gee, how long is a piece of string? Do you know what I mean? Because it becomes that question of, you know, depends how dense you want your table. Now, if we talk about, let's say you're playing a Stalingrad game, so we're talking an urban board. Yeah, 3x6. Urban board, bolt action, you want, what, 33%, what do you call it, terrain density? So, you're essentially talking a 1 foot by 6 foot, or 2 foot by 3 foot. And 2 foot by 3 foot, you're going to fit, what, in bolt action style? You're probably going to get 8 buildings. 8 reasonable buildings. So about 8 for a table that size should do it. Yeah. 3 foot is quite a narrow distance. Curious to why you want a 3 foot and not a 4 foot table. But 8 should do that. JP saying, depends on what the scenario is. Clearly, I mean, if you're playing in the middle of the desert, then you don't need many buildings at all. I know I get stumped on things every time I sit at the work table. It must ask away. Yeah, ask away. Well, you've got me. How big are the buildings? Yeah. Have you ever made a wasteland diorama? Not for a long while. It is something that we need to go back into. You know what I mean? Anton's saying, it's 10 for me. Right, okay. PM. Oh, I thought you were talking buildings, mate. Yeah. But no, wasteland dioramas I've not really touched before. Not on the channel, not in a long time. Yeah. It's one of those things, isn't it? There's just so many topics. Let's go back to chat. So, come on, you're going to have to find some questions at me, folks. Otherwise, this is going to be a short show. It works for me because I've got writing to do. Either that or you're going to have to watch me play World of Tanks. I think it's loaded, actually. No, don't start playing World of Tanks. You'll get in trouble. Will the terrain book be available through retail outlets? Yeah, it will, mate. Yeah, it will. We've got a couple of people coming on. Dave's talking to various distribution outlets. And so we're hoping that it will get into the hobby retail distributors. What would be really nice is if we can get it into the book distributors. Someone like Waterstones or Barnes & Noble. I think Barnes & Noble, that's the US one, isn't it? Right, as Mel says, you want about a third table coverage, so if your buildings are average 6x6, that would be 24 buildings for a 6x3 table. 24, that's a lot more than my 8. 24 seems excessive. Are you factoring gaps between them? Have you used blue stuff? As in the mould stuff? Yes, I have. What's your favourite anti-infantry obstacle? To be perfectly honest, for modelling, my favourite anti-infantry, model is the minefield. Because typically it's just a signpost. Oh, pardon me.
Yes, pardon me, Father. I thought you would have stood it there and be like, no.
Go on. So yeah, what shall it? Minefield. I do like a bit of barbed wire though. Yeah, Barnes and Nobles is the US one. Yeah, so with regards to getting the book into retail distribution, we're slowly ticking off the hobby distributors. So if you buy within the hobby, you should be able to find someone in your region of the world that'll be able to ship it to you relatively cheaply. Yeah. Moving forward, we'd really like to get it into distribution. You know what I mean? Proper book distribution. Yeah, but when you start to play with those guys, prices start, they like buying things for pounds.
I need my school bag.
Go on, get it then. Do you enjoy working with World War II American tanks and things? I've got some American tanks for my Chindit force. But, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Since April, Mel's had very little time for hobby. To be perfectly honest, and it's making me sad. But on the plus side, one of the pluses of the book doing well is I've been able to take on or commit to taking on some more space at Spode. So I'm going to be setting up a little gaming club in Spode Works. So if you're based in Stoke and fancy a game, I can tell you one thing, the tables will be beautiful. Oh, loads of questions have come in. Right, let's do these. So we've done Gary's. Come on, mouse, work. There you go. I think I'm going to need a new mouse. It's Chester Mel. Chester Mel. Is that the fake Mel that was going around selling my stuff? Yeah. Hey Mel, what's the best method for getting an effect like pebble dashing onto an MDF building? Texture paint, mate. Put something like chinchilla dust or rodent bathing powder.
This is heavy.
Go on then.
Can you shut the door?
Yeah, of course I will. Love you, darling.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, paint, rodent bathing dust such as chinchilla dust. Just mix it up with a touch of PVA and use that as like a textured paint. And that's the best way of getting like a pebble dash on. Because you can highlight it afterwards. It will put, a texture on. Right, Dave's asking what's the best technique for making ferns for my Star Wars Legion Scout troops. Right, ferns can be quite challenging. Yeah, there's very few sort of materials that you can pick up. I mean, you can actually go and harvest ferns and preserve them and stuff like that because the leaves are very much like, the tiny leaves are very much like the larger leaves. But Green Stuff World, they do a hole punch that you can use on tin foil for making ferns. And you can paint them up. So I would recommend you go check out Green Stuff World's leaf punches and get yourself a fern punch. You don't need all their leaf punches. A couple of them are good, yeah, but the fern one is particularly good. Tom's saying tanks for Chindits. I guess you could use the Chindits as a generic 14th army. You could, but you got to remember that the Chindits were thrown in with the mix at the end of the Chindit operations, and they did operate with the 14th at that point. So yeah, with regards to the ferns, hole punch it, mate. Hole punch it. Question 6 and 9, Sander. I've got several questions. Looks like it. Does the have scratch build terrain tips in it? I assume, does the book have scratch building terrain tips in it? Yeah, quite a lot. When are you going to Belgium for that meetup? No idea at the minute, mate. I don't know what I'm doing other than get up, go to the studio, come home, write. That has been my life for the past 6-7 weeks constantly. Yeah, Beasts of War currently have a discount on Green Stuff World stuff. So Beasts, Brits and Irish should look there. That's where I picked mine up from. Right. Veiled Broom is asking, hi, I've picked up some MDF buildings. Coolio. Is there anything I need to do to them before painting them, or specific priming I should be doing? You need to seal the MDF. MDF soaks up paint. Ridiculous. If you're going to just try and paint and brush paint on with acrylic, it's going to be a nightmare, mate. You're going to have to put layer after layer after layer. You need to seal it. Now, you can do this in a few ways. You can hit it with a watered down solution of PVA and let that soak into the MDF and seal it. You can hit it with spray primers, yeah, because the carrier which will evaporate off and leave a good coat. The colour primers from Army Paint are really good for pre-colouring what you call MDF kits, and you can often do them before you put the buildings together. Yeah, and then finally, yeah, you can give it a spray of varnish and just seal it with a varnish. Okay, there is another technique that you can do if you want to go cheap and easy, yeah, which is hair lacquer. Yeah, hair lacquer is a good way of quickly sealing, yeah, ready for painting, but it's the least effective of thin PVA, spray primers, or spray varnishes. For ferns, look on eBay, Amazon for plastic ones. Never really found any, Tan, so if you've got any good links, just send them my way, duck. JP saying, spray paint your MDF. It's the best way to avoid moisture issues, warping. Yeah, that's true. I loved the video you did at the Game Con. I've done quite a few, to be truthful. I haven't been to one in a while, though. Next year's Adepticon video will be better. I'll be more prepared for Adepticon this time round. Right, we're half an hour in, and I have got 3 more questions. I'm guessing you all saw the photo I posted on Facebook. Just very quickly check. I'm happy with that. Right. Come on, mouse. Go to secondary mouse. Even secondary mouse isn't working. Kickstarter backer Jim. Hello, Jim. When can I expect to receive a copy of the book if I pledged on the Kickstarter and I've submitted info? I live in Connecticut, US. Jim. I would expect that you'll receive it on fulfillment, which will be February, as promised in the Kickstarter. To give you an idea of where we are on scheduling and that sort of stuff, I am over my personal schedule for finishing the book, but within Dave's schedule for me finishing my work. Yeah, so although I'm over mine, I'm within Dave's, and so we're still looking at fulfilling in February. Yeah. How long it will take is how long it's going to take for the book to ship from England, where the fulfillment is going to be done to, over to the US. Few days probably, I'm guessing, but I'll know more closer to the time, to be truthful. But if you've submitted your details and you're on the Kickstarter, you're going to be getting it roughly when we pledged it, and we're not expecting any major delays, mate. Got to get a plug-in mouse. I've got a plug-in mouse. I've got this plug-in mouse, and I've got this wireless mouse. Or should I say, I've got this wireless mouse, but apparently it doesn't work that well since Willow's been playing Minecraft on my computer, so she uses this one instead. Jolie's saying, I would like to get your book. You can still pre-order it. Yeah, links should be in the description, and if not, one of my moderators will throw it in the chat for me. Viva la revolution, the mouse has rebelled. Some talk of Wasteland build. Just find a post from someone using natural product called Botriol Hermanite for the lava effects and hellscapes. Looks good. I'll check it out. Are you thinking of doing any book signings on the launch of the book? Technically, no. Yeah, because I've got a box down here. I've already signed 5,500 book plate stickers. Yeah, for the Kickstarter backers. Yeah. So I'm not going. I think everyone who's going to get their book on launch will have a signed copy or a book plate to show they were a backer anyway. Yeah, I will do signings though. My general rule is, if I'm at a convention or something like that and someone's got their book, I will sign it quite happily, no charge or any of that rubbish. And if I'm at conventions, what I might do is I might team up with a retailer and just say, look, for this hour, I'll be at their stall, and if you come get my book from the stall, then I'm around and I'll sign it for you. Mine is probably in there. Everyone's is in there. There's 5,500 in there. No, sorry. There you go. That's how many's in there. So yeah, everyone's good. Signed copies for you, signed copies for you, signed copies for everyone. Do you know what I mean? Eric's saying, love your work, Mel. Thank you, buddy. I do occasionally. But will not get one, can't do the Kickstarter. Just pre-order it from a normal retail then, mate. Right, Jace has put the link in the comments for the pre-orders, so if you do want to pre-order it, yeah, you can jump on that. If you want to know... I'm going to get in trouble for this, but come on then. Let's do this. Let's get into trouble. I'm only going to get in trouble once. There you go. Right, I need to... Very quickly, let me switch to editor mode. Where's editor mode? Is that editor mode? Yeah, that's it. Right, let's just scroll that down. Oh, that's... No, I don't like that. Control Z, hold shift. I have to just try and put... There you are. A bit more. Utterly professional as ever, Mel. That's close enough. There you are. If you want to know what you want to learn how to do, it's amazing what I can teach you. It's good when you've got geologists saying that's real. The mouse has finally died. Right, I've got another 6 questions in. You guys have been busy. That build needs more skulls. Just checking the comments. What's your favourite type of foam to use for terrain? I'm polyfoamal. I play with all sorts of different foams. You know, I don't have a particular favourite. I switch between the lot. That's the world we live in, folks. Polyfoamal. I like a bit of EPS. I like a bit of I like a bit of XPS. You know, I'm not opposed to dabbling in the phenolic foams as well. You know what I mean? They're a little bit more dangerous, but you know, you can have a bit of fun with them. Dickie saying, and now I'm choking. Can you smell the rock is flocking? Hate to be basic, but if it's a wireless mouse, how about changing the battery? Do you know what? That could actually be... I think it's more the rattle. Better than Boatface. Where do you buy your foam? I I get it from all sorts of sources. Pro Warm Insulation is a good source for XPS. Panel Systems Limited is a good source for XPS. I tend to go to Builders Merchants B&Q and a brand called Jablite for my EPS. My Kingspan and Floral Foam is good. A good phenolic foams. Where else have I had foam from? I think that's about covers it. Pagan saying, personally, I'm an omnifoamist. I find polyfoaming quite offensive. Each to their own, mate. If you want to stick with one type of foam, you stick with one type of foam. Yeah? I like to experiment. Have you ever used sculptor mould? No, I make my own. I just throw paper, shredded paper and ripped up tissue into into Artex, which is a ceiling stucco, and it works great. Jimmy's saying he's an equal opportunity foam abuser. You're into the old like the initial thing, you know, the A B D D D S S's and M's and stuff like that. Are you top foam? Beer foam is the best. Tim's nailed it. Omni means all mile. I think you're thinking of monofoamist. I want to get a foam board wire cutter. Plenty of options out there for that. Would he have foamed home? Mel's foaming at the mouth. Oh, God. Listen, we're going to have to... This show is going down a strange road. It was just... It's the way we roll, isn't it? Right, okay. Moving on. Question 9 of 14 from JP. Aside from your Burma build, what future projects have you got in the back of your mind that you want to do? Ultimate Mel build. Before Cat jumps in and says castle. Castle. Okay? Just got to tick that off. Sorry, Cat. Yeah. To be truthful, I've got my Mantic sci-fi lava build with the slant towards Star Wars Legion. That's something I really want to get into. I also want to get into my Stalingrad build. So I've got those two builds that I really want to get into. Yeah, once the book work's done. Did he just mix me up with a dirty monofoamist? Calm down, Pagan. Will I get banned if I post foam adult content to the Facebook group? It will get deleted, and I might mute you and put you on post approval to check your posts in the future, Jimmy. It depends what you're doing with the foam. Facebook has very specific rules on this sort of thing. So yeah, on my builds, Sci-Fi Lava one, really looking forward to getting stuck into that. Also got the Stalingrad one that I want to nail. That's not a massive build, but that'll be fun. Scale military models on watching on YouTube. Hey Mel, not trying to sell promo or anything. Here we go. Just wondering if you could check out my channel. Here we go. Yeah, I love watching your vids. You're so inspiring. I use many of your tips. I'll check your channel out. And Scale Military Models, guys. Perhaps you might want to check his channel out as well. See, this is what happens when I don't read the questions before I read them out aloud. Right, here we've got Scale Military Models is back. He's actually got a question. Do you ever build 1/35 scale models like tanks and soldiers like Tamiya? No. I'd like to. I just don't have the time. Yeah, I mean, without, going on and keep flogging the dead horse. But, I mean, this book project has consumed me since March. You know what I mean? And me and Dave were talking about in the future possibilities of doing a book in the future. And I think the one thing that we've both sort of agreed on is the idea that if we do another book, let's write the book first. You know what I mean? Let's do the building, let's write the book, and then let's take it to Kickstarter with the idea that, hey guys, soon as you fund, we're sending it to the copy editors. And a month after that, it'll be going to printing, and 2 months after that, you'll be getting your copy, so you'll get it before the end of the year or something like that. Now, I want to be clear, we have not made a decision to do another book. Yeah, it's just one of those conversations we've had, and it's like, he's aware of the pressure it's put on me. I'm aware of the pressure I'm putting on myself with trying to do the best I can. You know what I mean? And so we're both of the mind of, do you know what? This is a lot more work than we were expecting. Yeah, and we don't mind that because what we're producing is beautiful. Really is. Yeah, and it's brilliant. Yeah, the feedback we're getting from various sort of little bits, it's just, everyone's loving it. You know what I mean? And these are terrain builders, these are industry people and stuff like that. But with the amount of work it is, the plan is that if we decide to do another book, we'll give it a nice little longer lead time. I'll do all the work up front, and then we'll go to the Kickstarter, because I don't want to go through this again and have to step back from the channel this much. Yeah? And I've missed my hobby, to be truthful. I've missed doing my Burma build, I've missed my chin dits. I've missed doing little things and experimenting. Yes, Kat, for those who don't know, he has an entire journal of projects we want and he wants to start on. None of us will live long enough to get through volume 1. Pages and pages and pages of ideas and tutorials. The big black book. Do you expect the book to be eventually be printed commercially, Mal? Yes. Yes, Dale. We pre-sold 5,500 copies. Yeah, it's going into distribution. It will be a hardback book, just like Dave's is. I mean, essentially, my book will look like this, but it'll be my book. So that's what we're funding. That's what the printers is going to be printing. I think for the technical heads, it's 150 GSM, grams per square meter, which is the printing standard for really high quality paper. I think most laser printer paper is about 80 to 100. You know what I mean? The copy stuff that you buy at the shop. The paper in here is about 50% better, denser. Satin finish. Hardback book. We're even thinking of adding a little ribbon. Yeah. But yeah, it will be commercially available. It'll have an ISBN, just like Dave's book. So it'll be, for all intensive purposes, we're publishing a book. You know what I mean? This isn't some little hobby project that we're self-publishing, and then once the run's done, it won't get run again or anything like that. The hope is, that this will continue to sell, through retail, and we'll do more print runs in the future. Let me find somewhere to put that. Yes, Jolie, we bug him every week about things we want to see. That they do. Of the phone numbers he's collected at cons, the book full of them. I've seen it. It's personal. How weird. Let me be clear. Yeah. I may have, I don't even know how many subscribers. Have I hit 130 yet? Because I know the channel's slowed right down, so I'm guessing we haven't even hit 130,000 yet. But, I have had my admirers in the time. I have been sent nudes by a fan once. He was quite proud of his railway layout. Standing there, starkers, between his two mountains. Must have been hot in his hobby room, though, But I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to hobby. Everyone's saying 128k. There you go. Can't say what. I'm trying. I don't know if the nudes were for me or if it was just hot in his hobby room and he wanted, because it was a collection of close-up pictures of his terrain. Yeah, and then this big stand-up, sort of big panoramic picture of the whole display and him standing there proudly, you know, in his very hot hobby room. Which, you know, I feel sorry for, because if it was a very cold hobby room, at least he'd have excuse. Jace is saying, before you ask, it was not me. No, it was not Jace. The life of a YouTuber, eh? No, I don't want no terrain. Pro tip: if you're nude, be very careful with your hot glue gun. That's ironic, because I've had a plaster on my finger, yeah, for the past sort of like week, because I literally I left my hot glue gun for about 5 minutes on, so the glue was super hot and it was super liquidy, and I was pushing. I just need to fix that on. Put a bit on. Getting a bit of lichen, which as you know is a bit spongy, pressed it down with my finger thinking that the glue's thick enough that it won't flow through, and it flows straight through. And it blistered so much that quickly that as I tried to get the glue off, I ripped the blister off and opened the skin. Yeah, and so, yeah, no hot gluing if you're nude modelling. Especially for Mel, we know how dangerous it is for him fully clothed up. Calm down. My parrot attacks nude bodies. I don't fancy being your fella. Got a hot glue on his tip, folks. You heard it here first. I didn't use my probe. I didn't have my cup of water. Hey, just turn in. Mel's panting like a champ. What's it? Dude, you don't want to know. Well, wasn't there a YouTube channel called The Naked Carpenter? Nah, you're taking the mick. Okay, I've got to go find out now. Go to YouTube. Kaz? Can you turn it down just a little, duck? There is. There's a channel called The Naked Carpenter. He's got 4,000 subscribers and 7 guys, and Tam knows about him. That's a small channel. What were you Googling to find that, Tam? Eh? It's always good to get the ideas written down. If they are not, they can be lost. Could be an idea that makes you a million. Yeah, true. I'm a great believer in making little notes, even if it's just one line as an idea of a board. Do you know what I mean? I remember it from RudeTube. Of course you do, Tam. Of course you do. If he was on RudeTube, I'd expect him to have more than 4,000 subscribers. Just so you know, RudeTube was a TV program on our normal TV.
There's a giant spider in his bedroom.
Do I need to get it?
I can get it.
All right. What? Yeah, but RudeTube was like a TV show where they used to highlight like naughty little things without being naughty, if you know what I mean. All right, Tam, we'll let you off because I used to watch that as well. Right, I'm sure I've got questions as well. 16. Right, let's move on. Okay, 12 and 16, Brian B. Hi Mel, when does your book go on general sale and how much will it be in pounds and where can I buy it from? I live in the UK. Where it will be on sale in the UK hasn't been formally set, but if I was to hazard a guess, yeah, I'm pretty damn sure Warlord are going to carry it. Yeah? I'm pretty damn sure. In fact, I'm pretty sure Warlord carry Dave's book already. Yeah? It's $45, so I know we'll have to set a UK price point for that. But, I mean, the dollar rate goes up and down, so the minute that's about £36. Yeah, but dollar rates change and that sort of stuff. So when we get close to the time to getting retail, I'm imagining we will set a retail price in, you know, what's the normal they do with books? They normally do Canadian, US and British, is it? And Euro? When you set a price point? Because obviously all these vary a little. But yeah, I'm guessing, to be truthful, you'll be able to get it through Warlord without any problems. In fact, yeah, I'll go and have a word with them and just double check, yeah, because I think they're going to carry it. I'll have a word with a couple of mates I've got there and just see if I can get a nod on, yeah, we are going to carry it, Mel, just so I can, you know, pre-punt people to, look, that's the way you're going to be getting it. Next question. Kat's asking, you just said days away from your part of book finish. So what will be the first project in the studio shows? First project to go back will be Burma board. Yeah, because I just want to get tinkering with that. And what's called the 2x2 sci-fi lava build using the terrain crate stuff. It's been sitting on a shelf in eyesight for the past month. Yeah, and I've slowly been more and more salivating at the idea. I figured out a great way of doing volcanic rock for the book. Yeah, and I want to translate that across and use it on a much larger scale. So it's sitting there and it's like, I've seen how, I did a small piece, volcanic piece, yeah, for the book, and I've seen how that's come out and it's like, I really like that.
Looking back at that room, so it's gone.
It's, mate,
No.
you're like 1,000 times bigger than it.
No. That thing is massive. I'm not. No, I'm not afraid of spiders. I can lie in grass with a rifle next to them. I can literally crawl all over me and I'm fine. No.
No?
No.
No.
I'm not having that.
Okay, come on. Go on, your mum's called you anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on your shoulder. Go on. Ow. Kid. Have you put it under his pillow? Or under his bed? How about down the side? Because he never checks there. Have you looked down the side of your bed?
That's where it was.
Is that where it was?
It walked up my wall.
It's got supercharged off your DNA.
Actually, listen, I have my hand on the wall and my mouse, my keyboard here, and I see the thing that you go over my hand and like.
Right, go on, lad. I'm on my show, mate. Oh, ba-ba. Is that crystal rock, mate? No, not that. But no, watch, I've got a really nice volcanic technique. Yeah, and I've been playing a lot more with lava effects and stuff like that. So, when just to explain this, the fancy projects, you see, what we do on the channel is we do a load of different terrain videos. We do like the terrain labs where we'll get materials and we'll just play around with them, and mix them with things to see how they react and handle, and then figure out what we can use them for. We do the Let's Makes, which are really simple tutorials, okay, all designed at building something that's commonly used in wargaming from start to finish, explained easily. And they're the Let's Makes. But on top of that, we have what's called the technical terrain tutorials. Now, these are focused on very specific things. It could be as simple as roof shingles, the different ways of doing roof shingles, or thatch roofing, or waves, or trees.
Just swear on my life, it's not in my bedroom anymore. Yes, cool.
But when I do my feature projects, yeah, I do them on 2x2s because that way they don't take up too much time, yeah. because I want to show you techniques and top end stuff in the technical terrain tutorials. If I have to build a 6x4, yeah, to show it off, well, I only get to show off the same number of techniques, because the same number of techniques will be used on a 2x2 or a 6x4. So I've started doing these 2x2s, high detail, high feature pieces, and use those to pull technical videos from. And so there's a host of lava effects, volcanic effects, object source lighting. I need to explain the inverse square law for OSL, and a lot of other stuff along those lines, yeah, that I need to do. And so I really want to do this lava build so we can nail that selection of technical tutorials and do a really nice project and get quite a fancy little sci-fi skirmish board going. Everyone's, I'm sure Mel can shoehorn a castle. Right, question 14 of 16, Iron Man. Okay, I've just started terrain making. I'm doing a diorama of a Celtic Iron Age village. Nice. Which one? Roundhouses, stone circle, stream. Stone circles weren't in the village. Stone circles were separated from the village. Often they'd have a processional route to the stone circle, often with wooden stakes placed in the ground. The track to the stone circle would often be geared towards the sun line, yeah, or quite often towards the local geography. God, you can tell I grew up on Anglesey, can't you? If you don't know, Anglesey was the sacred home of the Druids. It was the last of the Celtic strongholds to fall to the Romans. Yeah, I'm building the ground with some scavenged styrofoam sheets. Could you talk about landscaping with this material and preparing it for painting? What methods would you recommend for a beginner for water and waterfalls? Right, okay, there's quite a few questions there, so let's nail them down. If you're using styrofoam sheets, go and have a look in my Back to Basics playlist, okay? I have a guide to working with polystyrene, styrofoam. That covers everything you need to know, mate. So if you've not used it and you're a beginner, rather than me trying to talk you through it, there's a nice video there that'll bring you completely up to speed with all the tips and the tricks for that. Okay? When we talk about water and waterfalls for a beginner, okay, some of the easiest ways of doing water and waterfalls is what you call silicon sealant. Yeah, just stippling it down, great effect. But there's a whole load more techniques. Top end you're doing resins, but you don't really need those. If you're looking at doing a stream, which you're looking at doing, I would look perhaps, because it's actually quite a thin amount of water, I'd consider doing I'd consider laying perhaps a couple of coats of gloss over some nice greeny blues, yeah, and then come along with a bit of a stipple with some silicon sealant to create a bit of froth and that sort of stuff. Get the paintable silicon sealant, because then you'll be able to dry brush it with a bit of white afterwards and sort of get the froth look right. But that's how I would handle it. But if you want any examples, go and have a look at the technical terrain tutorials playlist, water, snow and lava. Yeah, for the working with the styrofoam, you want the Back to Basics playlist. Yeah, they're all on my channel page, so just click my username, yeah, underneath the vid, and then it'll take you to the channel page. Just scroll down the front page until you see the tutorial you're after. I think the technical ones, they're in sections next to each other, so you'll see a whole load of those, you know, buildings, trees, rocks, urban, water, foliage, and there's some others, I think. You also get processional ways that don't lead to anything. Stone Row on Dartmoor, north of Pricetown. Yeah, true. The processional ways were part of the process. Right, let's move on. Right, Joseph saying, greets Mel. Would you be sell goods for terrain making future times? Am I going to have I'm guessing what he basically means is, am I going to have a product list? I don't think I'll have a product list. I have seen something that Jeremy on Block Magic Craft does, and he has an Amazon page, yeah, where he links to all his what he recommends and that sort of stuff. And it's something I need to do. It's something you lot have told me about ages, and most good YouTubers have. And when I saw Jeremy's, it's like, I really need to do that. So I'm going to get my good man Jace on that. We're going to team up and get that sorted. I don't think I'll be selling general hobby products. I've talked about maybe little resin bits and stuff like that, and I've talked to a few people, but it's a pipe dream in a long distance. The only thing I'll be selling anytime soon is my book and myself via Patreon. Once we get the channel back and I start teaching you guys again. Amazon affiliates. Yeah, that's it. I've dabbled with it, but I've not really done much with it, and I need to sort that out. But there's a lot of other things I need to sort as well. Julian P, have you got any plans for workshops or tutorial seminars at shows in the future? I live in Birmingham. I love learning today. I love spending a day learning from the manual. Yeah, okay. Right, how am I doing? Actually, I'm taking on space at Spode, yeah, and the long-term plan is next year to do workshops from Stoke, which, I mean, my studio it's 3 minutes walk from the train station, so you can jump on at Birmingham Central, yeah, pay, I think it's about £8 to get up to Stoke, yeah, on a return for the day. Come up to Stoke for the weekend, do a class, and then, you know, jump on the train back, mate, or just drive up. There's free parking at the studio. But yeah, I'm setting up, and I won't be doing workshop at shows, because if I'm going to a show, I want to review the show and film the show. Yeah? But I will be doing workshops in Stoke. Now, where I'm based on Spodeworks, it's a large regeneration site, and we actually have a hotel on the site that does apartment-style rooms for £45 a night. Yeah, so it has little kitchenettes in, and it's £45 a night. So I can do weekends, you know, and you can come up, you know, catch the train, drive up, park on site where there's secure parking. Yeah, stay overnight. The studio's on the site. We can game in the evening if you want. So there's lots of heads. I'm not saying, didn't Luke APS get banned from Amazon affiliates for linking them on his YouTube channel? I haven't heard anything, but I do remember when I looked at Amazon, they have a lot of very specific, you know, you've got to be very careful about what you do with Amazon affiliate links. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I can easily understand how you could very easily wander into, you know, upsetting the terms and conditions on Amazon. So I'm 100% sure that it's not anything Luke has done untoward. I've just heard, you know, it's one of the reasons why I haven't done the Amazon thing really, because when I was looking at it, it looked rather complicated, and it's like I don't have the time to nail this, and I need to research it properly. So actually hearing that it's actually hit Luke APS as well, I'm glad I didn't, to be truthful. Right, Matthew's donated $10. Thank you, buddy. I've been collecting the single-serving plastic cups from the Keurig coffee machines. Yeah. Damn! Thank you, 8-Ball. Yeah. To use as tent traps. What can I use to cover them to make it harder and more durable since they're thin plastic? Don't cover them, mate. Yeah, turn them inside out and just fill them, yeah, with rolled up newspaper that's just had a very quick soaking, yeah, squirting over of what's called watered down PVA. Basically, soaked enough that it doesn't go soft and squidgy into a hard ball. So still rolled and crinkled, yeah, but with a quick soaking, and just shove that in, because what that'll do is it'll harden up and it'll stick to the sides and it'll firm the piece up from the inside. And then you don't have to worry about putting a heavy texture coat over the top to protect it. The other thing is, if you don't firm up the cup or the substructure, and you do put a hard coat in, you know when you get that thing where if you paint a tin can and accidentally, you know, it gets pressed on, and all of a sudden, like, the surface bends in quickly, but everything cracks. you'll get that happening with your cups if you don't refirm the substructure. Another one you can do is upholstery foam, yeah, or polystyrene beadings. You know the big, what do they call them? They're like big Watsits, aren't they? Yeah, the polystyrene packing Watsits, yeah, or Cheetos, yeah, and throw those in with a bit of PVA, skim it round just so it can set and form a structure that's lightweight inside, mate. Yeah, and then you'll have no problems whatsoever. Yeah, massive thank you to 8 Ball as well. You're probably not going to get... Well, you probably ain't going to get charged this month, to be truthful, mate, because I haven't put anything on Patreon at all this month, other than the bits and bobs. Yeah, but thank you, buddy. It seems a bit backwards. You're better doing your own brand again, like Luke. I did consider it, you know, like Luke's gone down and done his product lines, but Luke was always about commercial and, you know, retail and that sort of stuff. And Luke's, you know, with no offense to Luke whatsoever, you know, that is Luke's thing. Yeah. For me, when I've always sort of said that I don't want to become a shopkeeper. I don't want to go into the studio and think I've got to spend the day making flocks or foliages, you know, beginning and processing orders and chasing up missed parcels. I want to come into my studio, build terrain to show you guys, because that's what I want to do. So, yes, I could probably make quite a bit of money off doing retail products. But I'd rather recommend ones I like and make a little bit of money off, you know, like the affiliate links and referrals, than be a shopkeeper and take away from what you collect. I mean, if you think about it, I'm getting a bit stressed about taking so much time away from the channel because I'm doing a book for my 5,500 most ardent supporters who are the supporters of the channel. Yeah, and I'm getting a little bit up. So retail, it would be even worse. You know, at least with the book, you know, you guys have essentially paid up front and you've backed me. You know, and it's terrain related and I'm teaching. Yeah, so I don't think I'll go down the product line, to be truthful. Put one on tomorrow then, Mel. Jace, I'm not going to put a post on that. You know, I'm not going to post stuff to Patreon that isn't worthy of my patrons' support. I'm not putting a quick, you know, put together post on. No. My patrons support me and they support me doing the channel. Now, if I've had to step away from the channel, then they're not going to support me, and that's on my basis, not theirs. And I am not putting out rubbish videos just so I can take money off patrons. No. Hands it out. Apologies for the French. Right, moving on. But yeah, Julian, with regards to the workshops, yeah, this is something I want to do next year. I'd like to do day workshops, perhaps once a month. Yeah, do them over the weekend. Do a Saturday on one topic, a Sunday on another topic, so people can book in and stay over if they want to. And then I'm actually thinking about maybe over the summer holidays, do a week-long intensive course. Yeah, combine it with booking with the hotel, so that if people are abroad and, you know, if you really want to and it's your thing and you want to take a holiday in England, in Stoke, the most working class city and one of the poorest regions in Britain, yeah, just so you can sit on a council regeneration site, yeah, with me for a week building terrain, then you're very welcome to come and spend the entire Monday to Friday. And then I'll even I'll have a bit of a day tour and we'll go visit the sites and stuff. In fact, I'll get Geek Nation. I know the guys from Geek Nation. I'll get them involved in it or something like that. Actually, that's not a bad idea. That's really not a bad idea. To-do page. Where's my little sticky? I have a sticky. And then the sticky goes on the page of the page that I need to look at things. It's quite full. I'll have to write at the top. Oh, no. Right, I'll have to post-it note it. because I can't find a pen. Author. I know, no, I'm not using my dad notes book. Willow got me that. Right, let's throw it on there.
No.
It's alright, I got it sorted. Oh, well, I will have my pen back though. The thing is, quite a few people approached me at Adepticon about they'd love to come over to England and do a course with me. Yeah, so RE Week Workshop. Let's save that. Mel, under the flight path next to Heathrow or Stoke. I'll take the Stoke any day. You haven't been there, mate. That the hotel that will have to replace all the sinks with all the paint and glue poured down after the workshops are finished. No, they won't. Yeah, the reason being, is Spodeworks is an old pottery work, so all the plumbing is geared for dealing with water that has plaster in it. So all the pottery, all the sewers, they all have plaster traps for catching paint and pigments and plaster. Yeah, I mean literally, I can do plaster casting and I just go straight down to our brush sinks in the studios. Yeah, and I can just swill plaster straight down. Yeah, and there's a massive, trap to catch it. I mean, they've been making pottery on the site since 1776. Yeah, so trust me, the sewers and the plumbing can take it. Hey up, Odin. Odin, yeah. Have you seen have you seen the 3 Viking girls singing in NASA's centrifuge? Yeah? Oh, wonderful, thank you. Amazing reverb, mate. If you haven't seen it, go Google it. It's right up your street. 3 Viking girls, singing in a NASA centrifuge.
Can you put it on the terrainiacs?
No, I put it on my personal one.
Oh, right. I was going to say, I think it was
Because it made the hairs on my arms stand on end. Where do we get terrainiac certification? Degree in terrain? You get a slap on the back. That's the best I'm going to give you. Stevie B is asking, what would you recommend? What would be your recommended supplier of flock in the UK? Yeah, I want one that is consistent and will run a little when it's applied to my terrain with watered down PVA. Javis Scenics, not Jarvis. Javis, because it was named after its mum, Jim and Avis, who started the company. Yeah, Javis Scenics, javis.co.uk. You can buy them from eBay, you can buy them from Amazon, and you can buy them pretty much from every railroad modeler. You will need, say, 2 pack. You'll need 2 packs of green, and 1 of light green, 1 of dark green, out of their premier range, the fine stuff. And that will do you for a long time, mate. But yeah, Javis Scenics. And that is me. That's my questions done. Jace hasn't commented since I said, oh no, he has, that's alright. I think Nottingham Uni runs some course via GW for modelling. Really? I've got a couple of mates at GW, I'll ask. Yeah, Jace put the link up for Javis. It says 102 people watching across the platforms. Good show. Good show. Yeah. Joel's saying, thanks for the help. That's what we're here for. I'm actually thinking, depending on how politics works out and the cost of university in the future, I'm actually thinking of going to university myself. to study art and film and a bit of law, a bit of history. Dude, I'm thinking about putting together a general studies degree just of the modules I'm interested in. Yeah. I thought you had a video already done, bud. Sorry. No, Jace, I didn't. And, I'm not putting together something quick just so I can do a cash grab. It's not my style. Thanks for liking the photo of my mum in the land speeder, Mel. Was it your mum, mate? I just thought you were one of the stormtroopers, so I automatically liked the photo because I didn't know if you were in it or not. You got your helmet on. I went to college just for art. There's a lot of things, that I'd like to know. You know what I mean? There's some technical video stuff, so film and media. There's mold making and that sort of stuff I'd really like to explore. There's a bit of law, to be truthful, that I'd like to do. And you can do this thing in the UK called a general studies degree, where you pick university modules and you basically build up a degree worth of work across the modules. But you end up with what's called a general studies degree, which means you're not actually qualified in any specific syllabus like English or law or biology, or engineering. Yeah, you've done a general studying to degree level. And generally, the only people who sort of do this is people like me who actually it's like, no, I don't want a degree in art or I don't want a degree in film media. I want that bit, and that bit. People who have a specific needs. So I'm definitely watching. I'm thinking, depending on how politics works out and the cost of university, yeah, going to see about maybe going back to university. It was my mum. I was the trooper with the orange pauldron. Thought you were. Are you still coming to the US next year, Mel? I am. Certainly am. Perhaps a couple of courses on computer technology. Do you know what? No, I'm going to be looking to outsource as much of my computer stuff as possible. The book's made it a bit more possible for me to do this sort of stuff. I spend way too much time trying to figure out video editing and colour correction and technical stuff when I should be in the studio just making terrain. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that after we've finished doing the book and I've got back to the channel, we can bump the channel up and bump Patreon up enough, yeah, for me to sort of start outsourcing the editing and outsourcing the technical stuff. And so essentially I'm just Mel the terrain tutor rather than Mel the technical guy or Mel the video editor. You know what I mean? Jimmy's saying I went to a university as a mature student and it cost me nothing. It depends, mate. It depends on your financial situation. Joey's saying went for art, no degree, just wanted to know how to do things. Yeah, me too. That's what I'm just going for the skills. Mel, look at the Stan Winston School for the mold making stuff. I don't want to go too OTT. I just want some professional guidance, you know what I mean? And so a bit of structured learning. And that is why Jace will always have a job here to write. But not a job. Don't want staff. Don't need that stress. Right, guys, we are 1/4 the hour. I have done my questions. I've had a good show. Thank you for the patrons who joined up. Thank you for the PayPalers. Yeah, we're rolling on and we'll soon be in we'll soon be back to normal, but things are going really well, you know what I mean, with the book, and I'm really pleased. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are sticking with me as well while I'm being quiet on the channel. I do appreciate it. I'm just putting all my effort into giving you something that you're going to love, you know what I mean? And then once I have, I'm going to go back to the channel and give you more of what you love, because, that's what I'm here for. I look like that guy posing between his mountains then. You'll end up teaching the teachers. I was wondering, obviously, yeah, I could leverage my medical qualifications for getting into university. Which would certainly immediately just open doors and just, can you, what do you think you can study a degree? I'm a physiotherapist and I used to teach in further education. And also, I used to be an associate lecturer of this university because our college was a satellite of this university. So I used to be staff here. Yeah, so I could use that one. Yeah, but I'm quite tempted to go, well, I can give you a bit of sample of my writing. Bang! Do you get the vet thing? No, veterans don't get free education in the UK. We don't have... veterans get a lot of support in the US. VA, Veteran Affairs, VA hospitals, free education, free... You know what I mean? Yeah? And I'm not saying it's all brilliant. I know there's issues with things and like that. But you might get discounts from, with your veteran card, with your armed forces card, but... you don't really get free education or anything like that. In fact, we use this loan contribution system. Yeah? And whips out his hardback. Boom, boom. Right, anyway, I am just rambling. I'm going to call it. Yeah, listen, guys, thanks for tuning in. I will catch you next week. We might have to shift round the live show in the future, the studio show, to fit in with family schedules, but don't worry about that right now. Yeah, that's in the future. But... I'll do a bit of live streaming this week just so I can connect with you guys. Yeah, because I have been missing you. And in the meantime, yeah, I'll cracking on. And I'll see you soon. All the best, yeah? Ta-ra.